I will be working at Ez Software Group next year in Boston.
I'm Veronica Verdeen. After graduation, I'm gonna go work at Grand Teton National Park. I'll be a park ranger doing education outreach.
My name is Brian Mancini. I'll be joining a company called Bain & Company. It's a management consulting firm down in Boston, Massachusetts.
I'm gonna be in Indonesia as an English teaching assistant and also potentially doing a project of my choice.
I'm Ujjal Sancher. I'm going to be working at Barclays in their investment banking division in New York.
After graduation, I am moving to Portland and I'll be working at Speak About It Inc.
Hey, I'm Anna Morgan. I've always known that I want to work in theater, but I'm still looking for the rest of next year.
I'd say the hardest part about the job search was for what I was looking to do. I didn't realize how soon the job search started. It was like the second I got back on campus after summer break, I realized I need to start working.
All of the different career paths have different timelines. So I tried to remind myself to not freak out at the beginning of the year because I knew the jobs I wanted weren't even coming out until the winter or the spring.
Networking is really key, and it's such a cliche phrase and people get really sick of hearing it senior year, but it is true.
I had a lot of mentors guide me through it. So I talked to my coworkers and they were really helpful because they were like, well, duh, like that's our job. You can be a park ranger too.
It does seem kind of awkward to sometimes approach Bowdoin alumni who are 2 years out or ask them for advice, but really everyone's doing it, so there should be no reason to hesitate.
I'm a first generation college student. I knew I couldn't rely on family connections. Often when people hear networking and they come from a background where they don't necessarily have someone they can call up and ask about these opportunities, it can be really intimidating.
I'm someone who gets like nervous about the whole networking thing. Like that's just not me. But just asking people so simply, how did you get to where you are? Do you like your job? Like really basic things I think are really helpful.
Bain & Company was actually one of my goals, but I didn't take a very direct route to get there. Like my experience, my first couple of years in college I was a clam digger, being from Maine. I used the LinkedIn, sent emails, and again, I just started with Bowdoin alums. They're really easy to talk to, kind of help to bridge that gap.
My advice would be, you have earned this, you have earned membership into this network, and you are worthy of speaking to these people, and not to let that intimidation kind of get in the way.
I went to intern at a fund services firm. Interview went horribly. The guy told me my resume could only get me so far in life. I left the interview pretty distraught. I was like, wow, that sucked. I'm not gonna ace everything, and you kinda gotta rally after the bad experiences and just keep your head up.
The biggest mistake starting off was doing what I did when I applied to colleges, which was you send in one resume, one cover letter, which just like the name's changed, and the companies will see it and think that you would be a good fit. What I learned was, through various trial and errors, that doesn't work. And what companies are looking for aren't just good, smart students, but also people that can show that they are interested in working in that specific company.
This year was a lot about just kind of trusting in what I wanted to do. I mean, that sounds so like quote on the wall that you buy at Kohl's. And I think once you just get over that, the sort of, oh, people are gonna think, well, I made this decision, whatever, like that's not the decision they would make, but it's your decision. It's your life. Like this, whatever you have to live it next year, whatever you end up picking. So you have to go about it that way. I think that might have been the high point. I got very heated about it. I was like, it's your life.
Also, if you worry about it too much, you can't enjoy what's going on now, and it will work out somehow. And like speaking for myself, like right now, all that means for me is like I have a couple interviews scheduled because like I would never want to look back at this time and be like, oh, I was so stressed about not knowing what I was doing after August that I never let myself enjoy my time with my friends.
Look, it's not the end of the world. Whatever you do, it's like not the end of the world. You're gonna have fun, you're gonna learn. No matter what you do, it's gonna be hard. And you'll come out better for it.
So it's nice going into it knowing that it's not just you looking for a job, everybody's helping, they all want to make sure you get there. because ultimately one day you'll be an alum and you're gonna pay it back. You're definitely not alone. I mean, everybody's gone through this experience and there's a lot of people pulling for you.